Vortex the fans. Is it aired out a little bit? Yeah. Okay, I'll turn them down. Oh, it was when it was like ice cold and everyone was coughing. Cough drops. Did you take one? They are good. There's the ginger chews that are downstairs. Those, I didn't realize how much they get stuck. I said, oh no. And I took one on Monday right before I started teaching and I was like, uh-oh, this is gonna be a problem. Hi, how are you?
I took one of the ginger chews. Did you say they get stuck in your mouth?
They are, I thought they were like a suck hard candy.
Yeah.
They are very chewy.
Okay, maybe I'll wait till after.
Hi, nice to meet you. How are you? Welcome, happy to have you. Thank you. Yeah. It looks like you have it, blocks, therapy balls, a strap, and a blanket. You'll probably hear me say that a bunch of other people's things. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for introducing yourself.
Are we rolling today?
Oh, we're rolling today. Never not rolling. Hi, all the way over. How are you? Good. Once we get one taste of Three Queens.
Because I can't come tomorrow, and I'm like, I can't miss it. I really can't. I like came from work.
Oh, get it all in.
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert is that, I mean, it's not the same and people have different styles, but all of these classes are recorded and they're free on the YouTube. So if you feel like you missed one, you could watch it on the YouTube to catch up. But
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yes.
It's good to see you.
Dad's here. Hi, Pia. Katie
It's good to meet you.
practices at Studio 34 and then traveled the country to come all the way over here. Yeah. Okay. I know, it's like even though you're seated, it feels different. Yeah. Like you're just seated in a different spot.
Like I'm just watching.
I'm just watching. Let me check to see if today was the day that Anais said. I'm such a chronically zero inbox girl that like anytime something comes in, it's like filed away immediately.
So much better than my problem. It's like laughing at me because she's done me the huge favor of going through my inbox twice now. Like I'm like thousands of inbox places.
Are you zero inbox?
And
Yeah.
she's zero inboxed me.
You're a zero inbox?
No.
Oh.
I'm like thousands.
Yeah, me too.
How are you? Good. You can sit here. Let's have you, if you want to grab all your stuff, we'll just have you sit there until class starts so that when people need to grab their blankets and stuff, but definitely you can sit over here. Yeah, it's one of those things where I've done it for other people, like done all the unsubscribes, and then it immediately goes to shit because it has to be self-inspired, you know, like somebody.
Wait, you have to relate it to something. Yeah.
I have 4 emails that are all zero inbox.
How? That's crazy. I have 3, and they're all, I think, yeah, I have like 3 or 4 emails in there right now.
Yeah, which are the ones that like I still have to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so cool.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Me too.
I have like 2,000. I'm like,
What am I doing?
Well, but once the problem gets so big, it's like a couple more. It's like a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Like 10 emails a day, like whatever.
You too.
I've had my email since I was No, she's working today. So there's no Yeah.
there's no going back. Yeah, I think that was great too, and I
She was like a street
Yeah.
7 to 9.
You cleaned hers out?
I know. I'll tell you
Like
that.
3 days.
Did you have success with hair jewelry?
Love.
you were waiting for
Yeah,
some-
yeah, we're fine. There's just cousins over there, it's great. But yeah, we gotta make that hang
Yes.
out. This was an impromptu.
Next week, Swarthmore is finished, which means I have way more free. I'm not driving everywhere in like a blob after class.
Next Tuesday, I have like a 5:30 person, so.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I'm in town. Go ahead. Yay.
Yeah, my friend Chris signed up for the beginner series down in
Oh,
New Jersey.
nice.
So,
Is he down there right now?
I think so. His mom just passed away, so we're out.
So now I'm like,
She was ill for quite some time.
But still,
Yeah, but, so we're gonna have dinner afterwards.
nice.
So that, I was like, well, I'm not able to take that series and I wanna take Nations.
Yeah.
Just see it, They're the same time frame though, right?
What's that?
The classes are the same time frame though, right?
Yes. Yeah. I think they might end like 10 minutes before, but same start time, all the good. Ray, the other step to go on that I've started on my 3-year journey is unsubscribing from all postal mail. So unless I like go on any spam or like things, I'll go on like the customer service boards and call people. Like it's gotten to an extreme. So the only way that I get postal mail is if like someone wants to deliver me something. But the downfall, I'm gonna throw him under the bus again, is Dad's in town and someone loves to subscribe to every single thing. So I don't get any emails, postal mail, but now I get like 7 letters a day from the Philadelphia Art Museum being like, please come. And he's already a member and all this stuff. And now I've turned to passive aggressively leaving the mail outside of his door to be like, you must get rid of this. It is all digital. No more mail. So if you...
I also get a lot of postal mail. It's mostly like FedEx though, because I didn't pay some tariff, and now it's like they send me like 3 letters a day.
Oh, God.
They're obsessed with me. They won't stop sending us.
And once they find your address, it's unstoppable.
Yeah, there's no way.
No. And I wish it was one of those where you could like recycle it and forget it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'm still in a fight with Citizens Bank because they keep sending every week an email for a person who lived in my house like 22 years ago because I've looked up all the records. And it's like, get $600 for signing up for a new account. And I'll be like, the way that I call them once to 2 times a month to try and get out of this hasn't happened yet. So,
That's inspirational.
or problematic. I acknowledge both ends of the spectrum. Oh. Okay. Hi. Hello, how are you? Good. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. How are you doing? Good.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see you. And I see you okay over there for now? Okay. I'm like, I'm sure it's totally fine there, but I just didn't want anyone crawling over you to grab something. Is it your first time here? You weren't here last week. Hi, Amy. How are you? Good. It's nice to see you. Hi. We'll start in a few minutes, y'all. We're waiting on a few folks to come. But while you're getting settled and comfortable, hi, we'll use all the props this evening. So I can bring stuff over to you as we get moving around too. But 2 blocks from over here, there's some therapy balls in the white basket. We'll have some time to roll towards the middle of class. A strap, and we'll be doing a few things with the knees down. So if you'd like to grab a blanket or 2, those are over here. Is it aired out a little since the last class? You feeling okay? Okay. We were saying during teacher training this weekend, the fans only have, even though they're on a dimmer, they have like this speed or helicopter whirling. But as we get moving and get a little warmer today, I'll turn them up as needed. All right. Spring, the perils of April. I said this in yesterday's class. I think I said this last week too, but there was that post trickling around on the internet of all the different seasons, and weather of spring. And it was a couple weeks ago, false spring. 2 weeks ago was the pollinating. Last week was like the middle of summer, and now it's real spring. So we're just moving the plants in and out of the porch as the weather permits, but we're all here in climate control. I think almost everyone I know or recognize, but in case I didn't officially get to say hi to y'all, my name is Anisha, and thank you for coming. We have some special guests up in the front, and so we are in our portion of teacher training where if you've been coming to the studio and taking class, you might have seen some folks in the front of the studio where those that are in training are observing. They're in their observation portion of class. So I always like to have it be a reminder that I am in the hot seat, I am being watched, observed, and my report card will be on their notes just to see if things that I'm telling you are making sense, things are clear. But if you want to come up and say, hi, this is Anais and Grace. They are new up-and-coming teachers who you might see on the schedule in the summer and up into the fall. So you can let them blur into the background or engage. Leave that up to you. Today, it's been 4 weeks, so we are halfway through at the very midpoint of the 7-week chakra series that I've been teaching all throughout the spring. So we started in the beginning of April, we'll end in a couple more weeks, but today we are in the heart chakra, right in the center of the chest. And so just as a very quick reminder, the chakras, the word chakra itself means a wheel or a spinning disc of energy. They're these part of our subtle bodies that it's not necessarily, I say this each week, but it's not like I can look at each one of you and see that your chakras are moving or spinning or dim or light. But they're aspects of our subtle body that the more you get to learn about them, the more you understand them, the more you practice them, the more they become a little clearer in our day-to-day life. So today we enter number 4, the chakra of the heart. In Sanskrit, the word for this chakra, it's called Anahata chakra. And in English, that translates to unstruck. And the explanation for that, it's as if 2 objects next to each other, without even hitting, they have this vibrational and resonant quality that becomes untethered and unstruck to create a resonance that wasn't necessarily there before. The color is green. I'm doing my best. I'm now a carrot because the socks are orange, but each of the chakras has a color, an elemental quality that they're associated with, and this is the color of green. And it's the green I like to think of, not just marker or Crayola color green, but fresh cut grass, or if you spent time in a jungle or in a forest, there's these multi-graded green colors. It's very alive, it's very vibrant. And the elemental quality of this chakra is that of air. So as a quick reminder, we worked through the first chakra at the base of the spine, the element of earth, the color of red. The second was orange in the hips, the element of water. The third, last week, we did a lot of twists and some arm balances, feeling that element, hi Josie, of fire. And today we come up to air. And so this chakra is associated with the nerves and muscles of your lungs, of your heart, and the place in which we begin to breathe. And this is the chakra where we ask ourselves, what is it that I can care for more? It's the place that we experience love and to be loved in return. And when we think about this chakra in the context of a yoga practice, hi y'all, come on in. You have enough room back there? There's also some space here. Feel free to come in anywhere you like. This is the chakra where we begin to relate to the other. So we start to see ourselves in relation with the other and not just ourselves. I have a billion more things to say about this as we start to get practicing, but today's practice will be big in the heart openers, the back bends, and creating some space in the chest. So today's practice will actually start off in heart bench. So if there's a version of heart bench that you know and love and you prefer to be in, please feel free to come into it. But you'll have your head facing the front of the room, your feet to the back of the room. And this is the version I like, where one block is at its highest height, somewhere to the top of your mat. The other block, about a fist width apart, is at its middle or its lowest height. You might have a blanket to drape over the blocks if you don't want anything pokey pointing into your back. And then when you come to lay down, you'll have that block come right in between your shoulder blades. So think less in the middle, bendy part of your lumbar spine. Bless you, but high up in the shoulder blades and in the upper back. And as your upper back kisses the block, you can use your hands to adjust that block, the higher one, so it supports the weight of your head. And now give yourself a few moments to take any small adjustments, any movements that you need to get not as comfortable as you can, but in a place where you can feel as supported as you possibly can. Here, what can you care for more? You might adjust the blocks, your upper back, and anything else to help settle you further into your support. And as you arrive in this bench for your heart, you might have your legs out long in front of you, more in that Shavasana shape. If you're feeling anything in your low back or in your hips this evening, you might bend your knees, just in case you guys want them. You might bend your knees, bring your feet onto the floor, and let your knees rest into one another so the weight of your legs supports the other. But do let your arms come down by your sides, feeling your forearms and the backs of your hands get heavy to the floor. And with your eyes softly open or softly closed, begin to listen for your own breath. The breath is that first gateway to the subtle body. It's an aspect of you that you don't necessarily see with your eyes, but you can more than clearly feel in each and every moment. So without the need to shift or change or alter your breath in any way, can you see where your breath prefers to be this evening? For some of us, it stays higher up in the chest and more in the front of your body. And now the more you notice your breath, can you feel it naturally begin to deepen as your next inhale moves from your nose down into your belly and up into your heart. And as you exhale through your nose or parted lips, let some part of you soften into the support you've created for yourself. Continue with a few more rounds of that breath on your own as you let each inhale move in and down as it fills you up, and slow exhales through your nose or mouth. As the weather and seasons begin to shift, we have a tendency to curl more forward to keep that heat more inside. So here, in a non-traditional way to start class, you might see what it feels like to feel your heart draped over support as you let the parts of you touching the ground get heavier. Let's begin our practice and our time together with 3 more rounds of that same breath. So wait for your next inhale as it fills you up completely. And exhale to offer all of that breath out through your nose or mouth. 2 more times just on your own. the bottom of your breath, pause for even a moment. Take notice of any difference that might come when you listen for and really remember your breath. And as you keep a thread of that connection inward, start to blink your eyes open and begin to bend both knees and bring your feet flat onto the floor if they're not already. Now keeping your feet and your butt heavy on the ground, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Imagine like you're holding a big beach ball between those hands. Spread the fingers wide and spin your palms towards each other. Now on your next inhale, reach your fingertips 3 more inches to the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades widen on the block. And as you exhale, plug the shoulder blades together, keeping your arms straight as you spread the fingertips. Let's do that twice more. A big breath in to reach up, touch the sky, and even open your mouth to let it out as you plug the shoulder blades and slide the belly back. One more time, a big breath in to reach up, get taller. And as you exhale, plug those shoulder blades towards each other. Now being mindful of any props overhead, keep the shoulder blades plugged in. Start to sweep your arms overhead towards the front of the room. Spin your palms towards one another. Spread the fingers wide. As you take a long breath in through the nose, open your mouth to let it out and stretch back through the fingertips as you anchor your butt and your feet heavier to the floor. Now begin to slowly interlace your fingers and start to lift your head up off of that block and bring your hands to support the weight of your head. You might use your hands to clear that block out of the way so that your head here is just supported in the hammock of your hands. But with your hands behind your head, dart your elbows to opposite edges of the room. Keep your chin lifting away from your chest as you take a big breath in. And on your exhale for this heart bench crunch, curl up and away from the earth, keeping your upper back touching the block. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale to coil yourself back. Keep your chin lifted. As you exhale, think belly back towards your spine to lift away from the earth. 4 more rounds following your pace, more than my voice. You might stay with your knees bent and feet on the floor. You might add a little spice in the lower body as you straighten your legs out in front of you and dig your heels, your calves, and the backs of your thighs into the floor. But can you move with the offering of your breath? Try to slow down each breath in. And as you exhale to curl up, keep the chin lifted and think ribs back towards your spine. Take 1 more round at your pace. Breathing in and out freely through the nose and mouth. And now the next time you curl up and away from the block, bend your knees, bring your feet onto the floor, let your hands catch behind your thighs to curl up and away from the block, up to a seat. As you find a tall spine, take your time, start to flip over, come to tabletop facing the front of the room. You can clear your blocks so they're framing out the front corners of your mat. Maybe a blanket underneath your knees for some extra padding. But as you make your way to table, let your hands come as wide as your mat, spread your fingers. With your knees under your hips, begin to curl all 10 of your toes under. Feel the arches of your feet. Now moving with your breath, begin to round and arch your spine, linking breath and movement through a few rounds of cat and cow. Let's go for 4 cycles of breath for this 4th chakra. And in the context of moving through this 4th chakra, what is it that you can care for more? Meaning, you might stay in the more rounded or arched shape for a few extra cycles of breath. You might move more back and forth. But notice how your breath begins to shapeshift and transform around your movement itself. As you come back to table, find your neutral spine. Watch for any props or neighbors behind you. Let's take an early calf stretch. Reach your right leg back, curl the toes under, and reach through your right heel for a breath to notice what you feel in the back of the leg. Now you might keep the heel still. You might slowly rock it back and forth. But as you reach through the heel, can you slide the bottom of your heart forward so you grow longer from tip to tail? After a few breaths on this first side, take your time to switch. Bend your right knee, reach back through your left, and see what you're working with on side 2 as you breathe. A deeper breath in, And an even longer breath out through every direction of you. At the bottom of your exhale, begin to bend your knees. Come back to table. Walk your hands a handprint forward of your shoulders. Keep them as wide as your mat. Bring your knees behind your hips, and with your toes curled under, take it back to downward facing dog with all the breaths and all the time you need to find your way there. Here in your down dog, it might be stillness that you desire. You might pedal your heels one at a time from side to side. You might bend and straighten your knees simultaneously, but can you remember your breath? A longer breath in and an even deeper breath out through every fiber of your being. At the bottom of your exhale, begin to lift your heels. Soften your knees, take a look forward, and 1 foot at a time, walk your feet up towards your hands to come into your forward fold. You might have blocks underneath your hands so the floor can rise to meet you where you are. You might widen your feet or let your knees be soft so your low back has a little extra room. But take a breath here as you bow in towards yourself, a deeper breath in. Stay for the exhale, bowing in towards your heart, in towards yourself. After a few breaths, bring your hands to your hips, stand through your legs, and a slow inhale brings you up to rise as your hands come down by your sides. With your feet under your hips, let your toes point straight ahead. Take a big breath in to reach up. And as you exhale, soften your knees to fold over your legs. Wait for your inhale to come up halfway to lengthen, hands to your shins or blocks as you reach your chest forward. And on your exhale, fold, plant your palms, step it back to plank pose, the top of your push-up. Now your knees might be lifted. You might tap them to the floor behind your hips, but do let your hands be as wide as your mat and take a few breaths here. Without moving your legs, can you energetically hug your legs towards each other? Without moving your hands, hug your palms towards each other. Feel those forearms engage. And now slide your ears back so your head is in line with your heart. A big breath in. As you exhale, begin to bend your elbows and lower all the way down onto your belly. Inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra as you lift your heart up. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog, tabletop, or puppy pose for 3 slow breaths at your pace. One common phrase you might hear us say at the studio is breath to heart, heart to mind, and mind to body. For it's here where your breath begins to feed your own heart. It's your heart that awakens and illuminates your mind. And your mind that inspires the full agency of your body and being. And in this gift of practice where you get to feel all of those parts of yourself, the breath that you have, the body that you're in, and the very spirit of who you are, can you take another long breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through every direction of you. At the bottom of your exhale, begin to lift your heels, soften your knees, peek forward, and come forward, feet to your hands into a standing forward fold. As you inhale, come up halfway to lengthen, grow long through the bottom of your heart, and exhale to fold, bowing in towards yourself. Let your feet be hip-width apart, and as you keep your right foot forward, step your left foot all the way back to lunge. Come high up onto your blocks or fingertips on either side of your right foot. As you wiggle your left toes back another inch or 2, take a breath in your lunge as you lift your heart, grow long through the spine. And on your exhale, straighten your right knee as you fold and bow in. Let's do that 2 more times with your breath. Inhale through to lunge, bend your knee, lift your heart, and exhale to straighten your front leg as you fold. 1 more time, follow your breath more than my voice. Inhale through to lunge. And as you exhale, straighten your front leg. Now, once your legs are straight, pause here for a few breaths. Can you lift your left heel a drop higher up off the ground? Try to wrap your left hip to the front of your mat so the right hip has space to tack back. Now, as you keep your hips square, press into the floor or blocks, come up halfway, take a breath. Keep your left hand connected and bring your right hand to your right hip. Wrap your right hip back. Shrug your right shoulder up and back, and from your belly, start to turn open to the right for this variation of revolved triangle. You might stay here, you might reach your right arm up to the ceiling, but think right butt cheek back. Press the right big toe side edge of your foot into the floor, and now lean back against the steadiness you've created as you take a deeper breath in and stay for the exhale. On your next inhale, unwind, lower your hand, look forward and step forward back into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale to fold, bowing in toward yourself. Keep your left foot forward, step your right foot back to find your lunge. And as you squeegee the right toes back just another inch, take a breath to lift your chest, grow long through the spine. On your exhale, begin to straighten and fold over that leg. Twice more, follow your pace with your breath. Every inhale brings you through to lunge. Each exhale, the front knee straightens. One more time, take a long breath in, breathe into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, straighten your front knee as you bow in. Now the third time that knee straightens, pause for a few breaths here. Sometimes with the left foot forward, the hips want to spin open to the right. So can you lift your back heel, wrap your right hip to the front of the room, and tack that left butt cheek back. Now keep that as you come up halfway to lengthen, grow long through the spine. Bring your left hand to your left hip, and as you wrap your left hip back, shrug the left shoulder up and back, and from the depths of your belly, turn open to the left. Stay with your hand on your hip, reach it up to the ceiling, but offer it to your breath, a deeper breath in and down. As you exhale, think shoulder blades together as you lean back against your heart into yourself. On your next inhale, unwind, lower your hands, bend your front knee, and as you plant your palms onto your sticky mat, take it back to downward facing dog. With both hands as wide as your mat, pedal your heels from side to side. Take a breath to notice any difference you might feel and see. And on your next inhale, come forward to plank pose, the top of your push-up. Wait for the exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to rise for Cobra. Hug your shoulder blades towards one another. And exhale to take it back to downward facing dog. A full breath in your down dog, and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. From your downward facing dog, on an inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Step your right foot through to find your lunge. Wait for your next breath in as you come up to rise for high lunge. Reach your arms and your chest up to the ceiling. You might walk your right foot an inch over to the right so your feet are less on that balance beam. But lift your back heel, knee and thigh high. Try to stretch up through the fingertips as you take a deeper breath in. Stay for the exhale and bend one more inch into your right knee. Now hands come to your hips. Take a tiny bend in your back knee. Get springy and all the hops you need to scoop your left thigh to your chest. Stand through your right leg. Grow up and out through the crown of your head. And now this time, lower both feet to the floor. As you bend your knees, sit back into your chair. Lean into your left foot. Start to lift your right heel and cross your right ankle over your left thigh for standing figure four. Anywhere your hands go to steady you, your hips in front of your chest or up overhead, do your best to flex your right foot to support your knee and ankle. And remember the breath, a deeper breath in and down. Stay for the exhale as your butt gets heavy to the back of your mat. Can you lift your gaze away from the floor? On your next inhale, come all the way up to rise. Lower both feet to the ground. Take a big breath in to reach up, touch the sky. And on your exhale, fold, Uttanasana, bowing in. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Step your feet all the way back to bring it back to downward facing dog. And now here, what can I care for more? You might stay exactly where you are with your breath. Your breath might take you through one of those linking vinyasas we've done together before, or you might lower your knees to the ground and take a few breaths closer to gravity. But anywhere you so choose to move, Can you let your breath become longer and sweeter than your last? As you make your way back to down dog, there's no rush. We got one more side. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Step your left foot through or around to find your lunge. Wait for your inhale to come up to rise for high lunge as your arms reach up to the sky. Walk your left foot as much as you need over to the left, but feel that back heel, knee, and thigh lift. Try to look away from the ground as you stretch up through the fingertips. A deeper breath in. Stay for the exhale. Bend one more inch into your left knee as you grow taller through the crown of your head. And now with your hands on your hips, get springy in your back foot and all the hops you need to scoop your right thigh to your chest. Take a breath here. Stand through your left leg, grow up and out through the crown of your head. And as you lower both of your feet to the ground, bend your knees, sit way back into your chair. Lean into your right foot, lift your left heel, and for the second side, cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Your hands can always come high onto blocks out in front of you, so you get more of the hip opener than feeling the weeble of the balance. But as you flex your left foot as best as you can, take a full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale. Think butt heavy to the back of your mat as you lift your gaze away from the floor. On your next breath in, rewind, come all the way up to rise, lower your feet to the ground, reach up to touch the sky, and as you exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Plant those palms to the top of your mat, walk your feet all the way back for downward facing dog. And now from your down dog, one more time, inhale through to plank pose. This time, lower all the way down onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, reach your arms alongside of you and flip your palms down to face the floor. You might rest on your chin or on your forehead or your cheek for a breath, but as you close or soften your eyes, feel your legs back in space behind you. And now without moving them, can you energetically hug your legs towards each other like they could become one line of energy? Push your palms into the floor and hug your shoulder blades together. For locust pose, on your next inhale, start to lift your head, lift your chest, float your arms up off of the ground, and exhale to lift your legs up and away from the earth. As you take flight, try to soften or even close your eyes so you can listen for your breath. With each inhale, think inner thighs towards each other and the inseams of your pants to the ceiling. Now hug the shoulder blades together and lift your palms one more inch. A big breath in. And on your exhale, release as you lower down to the ground. Make a pillow with your hands. You might rest on one side of your cheek or on your forehead. Maybe you wiggle your hips from side to side or stay still. But can you remember the fullness of your breath itself? This fourth chakra, Anahata chakra, the element of air. And it's not just the air that surrounds us, but it's that air even within you. Air has no limit. It disperses in any direction that it finds. So as you feel your breath here, can you breathe in through the nose to fill your body up beyond the boundary of your skin? And as you even open your mouth to let it out, let yourself soften into the earth, getting heavier on the ground below. If you're on one side of your cheek or on one of your palms, you might turn to the other side as you take one more full breath in and an even longer breath out through every fiber of you. Okay, after a few breaths, bring your hands to either side of your chest, press up through to tabletop, and pause in table as we'll spend a few moments on the knees, coming in for the first of the thigh stretches. So if you'd like a blanket for any extra padding, please feel free to find one. You might also have blocks underneath your hands, so the floor comes a little higher to meet you, but come into all fours with your hands on the floor or on blocks and a blanket. And now step your right foot to the outside of your right hand for this lizard lunge variation. Walk your left knee back another inch or two so your left knee is behind your left hip. And as you press into your blocks or the floor, lift your chest. One block and one hand at a time. Start to walk your hands over to the left corner of your mat. Now take a peek over your left shoulder. Say hi to your left foot. And as you bend your left knee, lift your left toes up off the ground. Start to reach your left hand around for the top of your left foot for Anjaneyasana, this knee down thigh stretch. You can breathe here the whole time as you press into your right hand to lift your chest. You might slowly walk your right hand back to the inside of your right foot. Maybe you play with some balance and climb your right hand up onto your thigh. Or your right hand might wrap around to hug your left heel in towards your butt. But remember your breath anywhere you are, a deeper breath in and down. Stay for your exhale. Can you lift your heart, lift your gaze away from the floor, and maybe bend 1 more inch into your right knee. Now slowly let your right hand come down first, then let go of your back foot all the way back to tabletop. And take a few breaths in cat and cow as you link breath and movement together to call yourself back to your breath. Okay, after a few rounds, when you find your way back to table, the other leg, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Walk your right knee back so it's a few inches behind your hip. And as you press into your support, lift your chest away from the ground. And 1 block or 1 hand at a time, walk yourself over to the right. Look over that right shoulder, bend your right knee to lift your right toes up off the floor. And your right hand can reach around for a strap, the leg of your pants, your heel as you come in for the thigh stretch. Breathe here. All of those variations apply that we did on the first side. You can stay exactly where you are. You might walk your left hand back to the inside of your left foot. You might climb it up onto the thigh or wrap it around to hug onto your right heel. But breath to heart, heart to mind, and mind to body as you take a bigger breath in and a longer breath out. Bend 1 more inch into your front knee as you lift your heart away from the earth. Now slowly let your left hand touch down first, then let go of your back foot. Step it all the way back to tabletop. And as you clear your blocks out of the way, we'll meet in downward facing dog as your hips lift up and back to the wall behind you. From your down dog, walk your feet to come as wide as your mat. A tiny bend in your knees, and 1 hand at a time, start to walk your palms back to meet your feet. So you fold somewhere at the back of your mat. Try to unlock your knees. Let your head be heavy. Your hands might touch the floor in front of you. You might grab opposite elbows, but as you bow in towards your heart, take a deeper breath in and an even longer breath out. Now, after a few breaths, bring your hands up to your hips. Stand through your legs, and on an inhale, come all the way up to rise as your hands come down by your sides. Sip some water, take a breath or two. If you have a strap, you can find your strap and unravel it from its little rubber band hold. You can also do this interlacing your fingers, but I love the strap to give my chest a lot of extra room. But let's come into the first of the shoulder stretches. So once you find your strap, come to stand somewhere at the back of your mat. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. And now go ahead and hold that strap between your hands, somewhere at your low back, or let your fingers interlace. Now unlock your knees. Take a big bend in your elbows. And as you hug your shoulder blades together, lift your chest. You'll stay standing. On your next breath in, start to reach your arms off of your butt towards the back of the room. Maybe widening your hands on the strap as needed. But let the knees unlock. And now, like you did in those heart bench crunches, think ribs back, hug the shoulder blades together, and slide the ears back so your head sits on top of your heart. A bigger breath in. And on your exhale, unlock your knees. Begin to hinge at your hips as you bow in towards yourself. Those elbows, they just really love to lock out. This happens to me every time, especially when they go overhead. So keep a tiny bend in your elbows. You might not even see it, but you can feel it. And as you try to create your own resistance, try to tug your strap or your hands away. Hug your shoulder blades together on the back of your heart, and maybe reach your arms overhead towards the front of the room, breathing a deeper breath in and an even longer breath out. Now slowly release your hands back to your butt. Ditch your strap to the side. We'll use it later. And one hand at a time, start to walk your palms back forward to come on back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale to lift the right leg up and back. As you exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand for that lizard lunge revisited. This time as you come high up onto your blocks or fingertips, look down your belly at your left leg and try to lift your left thigh higher up towards the ceiling. As you lift your left thigh high, lift your belly and ribs up. Now press into your fingertips to reach your chest forward. You might stay here the whole time. You might walk your hands with or without the blocks forward of your fingertips like you're in down dog. But as you press your palms down and forward, lift your butt up and back towards the wall behind you. A big breath in through the nose. Stay for the exhale and now bend 1 more inch into your right knee as you guide your right knee open. That's it. Walk your hands back to come into down, to hands come under your shoulders. Step it back to downward facing dog. And now from your down dog, lower both of your knees onto the floor. Come to tabletop. From your table, lower your forearms onto the earth. With your elbows under your shoulders, interlace your fingers, bring the webbing of your hands together. And now as you look at your wrists, can you slide the ribs away from the floor? Curl all 10 of your toes under, lift your knees and hips up, and come into dolphin pose as you lift your butt up to the ceiling. It's like down dog, but your forearms are on the ground. Unlock your knees, push your wrists, your pinkies, and your forearms down, and now lift your butt 4 inches higher to the sky. Walk your feet 1 centimeter forward towards your elbows as you take a bigger breath in and an even longer breath out. And now lower your knees to the floor, come back to knees down, forearms down. Bring your hands where your forearms were, back to tabletop, no rest for the first side, and come on back to downward facing dog. We're gonna pause on the second round. From your down dog, a deeper breath in through the nose, and a longer breath out through your nose or mouth. Now inhale to lift your left leg up and back. Step your left foot all the way to the outside of your left hand for that lizard lunge. You'll come high up onto blocks or fingertips, and now here, either look at it or feel that back right thigh. Lift your right knee and thigh higher up towards the ceiling. And now as you keep that, start to reach the bottom of your heart forward to the front of the room. Stay right where you are. You might walk your hands with or without the blocks forward of your shoulders, but really use those hands. Try to push them down and forward to lift your butt up and back towards the back of the room. A deeper breath in, fill your belly and up into your chest. Stay for your exhale and now bend 1 more inch into your front knee as the back thigh stays lifting. Good. Walk your hands back if they're forward of your shoulders. Step it all the way back to downward facing dog. And now from your down dog, lower both of your knees onto the floor, tabletop. Last round, as your forearms come to the floor, interlace your fingers. Try to take that awkward thumb or the awkward pinky on top. Look at your wrists, curl your toes under, and now lift your knees and hips up off of the ground for dolphin. Good. You stay right here the whole time as you press from your shoulder blades into your forearms. Lift your butt 1 more inch to the ceiling. And now completely optional, you might lift just your right leg up off the floor. Flex your right foot, straighten your right leg, come onto your left tippiest of tippy toes and lift your right inner thigh 1 more inch. And now lower the right foot, lift your left leg, breathe. Flex your left foot, straighten your left knee, come onto the right tippiest of tippy toes. And now lower the left foot, lower your knees to the ground. Child's pose, puppy pose, laying fully on your belly. Call yourself back to 3 full breaths. Whew. Slow down the beginning of your next breath in. And even open your mouth to let that breath out and notice what part of you softens. Okay. After a few breaths, come back to table just for a moment. Have your strap handy. We'll spend a few moments on the knees. You can set it off to the right if you're using one. And now from tabletop, walk your legs to come as close as they can come together. So thighs, knees, feet to touch. Curl all 10 of your toes under and start to sit your butt back onto your heels for this variation of Vajrasana or thunderbolt pose. You might feel it in the arches of your feet. If you want to alleviate any pressure, you might bring a block between your heels and your butt. You might also stay standing up on your knees, but grab your strap in your right hand. Reach your right arm forward and up to the ceiling. And now bend your right elbow to give yourself a pat on the back. As you reach your left arm to the side, turn your left thumb to face the floor. Bend your elbow to grab the dangly edge of the strap behind you for Gomukhasana. Now here, can you wrap your right arm towards your ear? Feel your left elbow move more to the middle of your spine. And now gently tug your strap apart as you press your head back and slide the ribs back. A big breath in. Stay for the exhale. Try to ungrip your fingers around the strap. It'll still stay. Let the fingertips soften. And now slow inhale to unravel your arms. Rock it back forward to tabletop. You might roll your ankles or shake out your feet to reset. And for something similar yet different, this time you might point your feet back behind you. Try to keep the inner heels squeezing together as you sit your butt back onto your feet. You might feel this more in the ankles and the fronts of your shins. Grab that strap in your left arm. Reach your left hand forward and up to the ceiling. Bend your left elbow to pat yourself on the back. And as your right arm reaches to the side, you can turn it to the floor. So when you bend your right elbow, you might have more access to grabbing onto the strap. Now it's these actions that we're looking for. Your hands might be close, they might be very far apart, like mine always are. You want to think left elbow towards the ear. Slide your right elbow to the middle of your spine. And now some resistance. Gently tug your strap apart as you press your head back and slide the ribs back. A big breath in and an even longer breath out. Now slowly unravel your arms. Ditch your strap off to the side. Come back to tabletop. And for a moment, you'll come to flip over onto your back with your head to the front of the room, feet to the back of the room. As you come to lay onto your back, have your therapy balls within a grabbable distance. If anyone needs some, I can bring some over to you too. And have one of your blocks somewhere that you can hold. So a block and those therapy balls, and you can set them off to the side for the time being. Once you're on your back, take a moment to bend your knees, bring your feet onto the floor. You might rest your legs into one another and bring your hands onto your chest or onto your belly. Let your eyes close or soften for a moment so you can call yourself back to your breath. This Anahata chakra, the color of green, the air element, asking yourself the question, what is it that I can care for more? So as you feel your breath, fill your palms up. Take a longer breath in through the nose and even open your mouth to offer all of that breath out. We've made it to our back bend portion of the evening and lots of options I'm going to provide. But for the first round, I'll talk you through bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. You'll start to bring your block and place your block in between your thighs so your legs have something solid to hug into. Once the block comes in between your thighs, walk your heels so that they're pretty close to your hips and reach your arms alongside of you like you did in Locust as you press your palms down into the floor. Now wiggle the shoulder blades towards each other, hug the block. As you press through your feet, take a big inhale to lift your butt up off of the floor. Wiggle the shoulder blades together to lift the back of your chest. And now press the back of your skull into the ground to let your chin lift away from the chest. Stay right here with your hands. You might grab opposite edges of your mat and try to tug your mat apart to bring the shoulder blades closer together. You might also interlace your fingers as you press your wrists, your forearms, and your biceps into the floor. But continue to breathe. Hug the block as you press through your feet to lift your hips up. Press the back of your head into the floor to lift your heart up. One more breath in. Stay for your exhale. And now slowly release your arms, lower your butt, clear the block from between your thighs, and either knock your knees into each other or slowly windshield wiper your knees from side to side. This will be a counter pose for these big back bends that we're taking. Okay, round 2 out of 3, maybe round 2 out of 5. We'll see where we go. So here, from when you come back through center, find that block in between your thighs again. And now remember, in the theme of what can you care for more, you can always stay exactly in what we've done. Bridge pose, a phenomenal back bend to find space in the heart. Or the second variation for Urdhva Dhanurasana, we'll start off in the same way, and I'll talk you through it. Let your arms come alongside of you, press them down into the floor. Wiggle the shoulder blades together and bring your heels close to your hips. Now hug your block. Take a big breath in to lift your hips high up off the floor. Wiggle the shoulder blades together to lift the back of your chest up and press your head down to lift your chin. Stay here for a few breaths, or your hands might come by your ears with your palms as wide as your mat. As you hug the block together, press through your legs to maybe come up to the crown of your head. And now press through your legs to maybe lift your head up off the floor, breathing. As you lift the bottom of your heart towards the front of the room, a longer breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. And now any variation that you've taken, as you slowly come on out, lower your upper back, lower your hips, clear the block, and either windshield wiper your knees slow and steady from side to side, or let your knees rest into one another as you breathe. The next time your knees drop over to the right, stretch your arms up overhead, roll over onto your right hand side, and press yourself up to a seat or any place that you can see and observe. Those look good. Oceans of breath coming out. Sometimes when I teach the first Urdhva Dhanurasana of spring, my practice, it's always like this way, but there was breath coming through, which is what I'd like to hear. So this pose, the third option of what we're moving towards, it's best to show and see it rather than talk you through it. And then you get the option to decide if this is something that you decide that you want to start to do. So for Dvipada Viparita Dandasana, long in the Sanskrit, it's upward facing bow down on your forearms. You have to gauge and kind of determine how much metaphorical gas is left in the tank, yes? Meaning this one pose is kind of 3 poses all in one for the entry and come out. So this is what it's gonna look like. Where you'll start off in your bridge. It's the hair that always gets in the way. You'll start off in your bridge, wiggle the shoulder blades, and lift your hips up. And now stay and breathe here, or for Urdhva Dhanurasana, when I gave that cue of everyone bring your hands wide, it really worked because sometimes those hands come really close to the ears, and then it becomes tough to lift your chest up. So the hands come wide, you come up to the crown of your head, and then maybe the arms straighten. So this is breath 1. Now to come down, you lower your forehead, your crown of your head to the floor, like we did in dolphin. You lower one forearm, you lower the other, and it's me pushing through my legs. Oh, God. As you push your legs into the floor, there it is, your head and heart might lift up off the ground. You breathe here, and then to come out, it's the crown of your head that touches, your palms that come. One more Urdhva Dhanurasana, and then you lower down to rest. Yeah, so you saw how that was a 3-in-1? Because the entry and the exit is through the Urdhva Dhanurasana so that the floor doesn't come close to you. if you saw that, as always, you know, I say this jokingly each class, but there's levity and seriousness behind it. If you saw that and you said, absolutely not, no way, no thank you, zero interest, today, maybe tomorrow, but not today, it's the practice of what can you care for more. You get to decide what you see and how you want to move through it. So you can do bridge pose, supported bridge, Urdhva Dhanurasana, or I'll talk you through this round of the forearm stand version. Yes? Everyone has something they want to try out? Okay, let's try it. Come to lie on your back one more time, please, with your head to the front of the room, feet to the back. If that block was helpful in between your thighs, you're more than welcome to use it. But the block will help you feel engaged in and through the legs. Now with your arms alongside of you, wiggle the shoulder blades towards each other. Press through your feet to lift your hips up and wiggle the shoulder blades together. Breathe here. Or for upward facing bow, your hands come by your ears with your palms as wide as your mat. You press through your thighs to come up to the crown of the head, and then the arms straighten as you reach your heart forward. Breathe here. For lowering to the forearms, lower just the crown of your head down. Let your right forearm come to the floor, interlace it behind your head. Let your left forearm come onto the floor, interlace that behind your head. And as you press through your thighs, maybe the crown of your head lifts a centimeter up off the floor as you reach your heart forward. And now to come out, the crown of your head comes down, your hands come back to the floor. You press up into Urdhva Dhanurasana one last time, breathing. And slowly lower your upper back, lower your hips, and lower all the way down onto the ground. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Clear the blocks. Watch for your neighbors as you drop both of your knees over to the right-hand side like windshield wipers on a car. Inhale, the knees come back up through center. And a big exhale to let your knees drop over to the left. Do that once more from side to side, a tempo with your breath, a slow inhale to bring the knees back up, and an even longer breath out to let your knees drop to the right. Once your knees have gone evenly from one side to the other, and the next time you draw your knees back through the middle, give your right leg a hug in towards your chest. Make some circles with that right foot or ankle, flex and point the foot. And now watching for the neighbors or walls behind you, begin to straighten your left leg long in front of you. Let your left hand hold the outside of your right thigh and move your right leg up and over to the left for a twist. I like to bring a bunch of blocks underneath my right thigh or the right knee or the calf, so the floor can come higher up to meet me, so both of your shoulder blades can really soften to the floor. But as you let the back of your head get heavy to the ground, let your right shoulder blade get heavier to the floor. You might let your gaze stay slowly pointing up towards the ceiling, or you might let your gaze travel to the left, so the left side of your cheek, your left jaw, and the left corner of your eye can soften and widen into the floor. Take a longer breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or parted lips. On your next inhalation, as you unwind, draw your right leg through center, bend your right knee, bring it back to the floor, and give your left leg a hug in towards your belly or chest. Start with some small circles in that left ankle in one and the other direction. And as you draw your left ankle back through center, begin to straighten your right leg long in front of you. For that twist on the other side, as your right hand holds the outside of your left thigh, you might bring your blocks with you as your left leg moves up and over to the right hand side for Supta Padangustasana C, a reclined twist. Can you feel both of those shoulder blades, especially the left one, get heavier to the ground. Feel the upper back and the back of your heart soften. As you take a longer breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or parted lips. For these last few breaths, you might let your head drop to the right towards that left leg. So the right side of your cheek, the right side of your jaw, and the right corner of your eye can soften and widen against the earth. On your next inhalation, as you draw your left knee back through center, give both of your knees a hug in towards your belly or towards your outer ribs. But take a breath here as you feel the back of your head, your upper back, and the parts of your middle and low back connect to the floor. A big breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. And as you slowly release the hold of your legs down to the ground, this evening I'll talk you through some tennis ball or therapy ball work in the upper back. And there's some options. If you'd prefer to set up early for rest, you're more than welcome to do so. If you'd prefer to adjust your pose of rest, coming to lie on your side or onto your belly, you're also more than welcome to do so. But for those interested in the therapy balls in your upper back, you can keep them in their tote or take them out. It's up to you. But grab onto them as you start to lift your head, neck, and shoulders away from the floor. From your upper back, pop the therapy balls in between your shoulder blades. So think to the top tips of your shoulder blades on either side of your spine. Nice. If you lift your head up another inch, and now come on down. How's that? Mm-hmm. Once you find a place you can breathe in and be curious about, you might keep your head on the floor, or to alleviate any pressure, you might bring your head up onto a block at its lowest height, so your breath can be more full and substantial with each and every round. Now there's a whole world to visit in stillness. You might stay right here exactly as you are. Or you might reach your arms up towards the ceiling like we did in that heart bench with your palms facing each other. As you inhale, perhaps you reach your arms 3 more inches towards the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades broaden and widen on your upper back. And as you exhale, plug the shoulder blades together. Feel your upper back settle into the therapy balls. 2 more breaths, a deeper breath in to reach up, touch the sky. And even open your mouth to let it out as you feel yourself settle. Now after a few breaths, lower your arms down by your sides if they're lifted. A few more places with your knees bent, feet on the floor. Press just enough through your legs to roll your body to the front of the room until you feel the therapy balls come down your back, so to the middle of the shoulder blades. Bring the blocks with you as needed. Take a long breath in through the nose and open your mouth to let that breath out. You might stay here with your arms heavy, or perhaps you reach your arms up towards the ceiling with your fingers and palms soft. Being mindful of any neighbors or props around you, you might reach just your right arm overhead towards the front of the room. And as you draw your right arm back up to the ceiling, you might reach your left arm overhead. Continue with your breath, moving at your pace, letting each breath in and out become slightly longer than your last. After you've gone evenly from side to side, you can slowly lower your arms down by your sides. And one last place with your knees bent, feet on the floor. Press just enough through your legs to roll your body to the front of the room until those therapy balls come down your back to the bottom of the shoulder blades, the very back of your heart. Once you find a place you can breathe in, a full breath in through the nose, and open your mouth to let all of that breath out. We often think of these chakras just in the front or two-dimensional. But they in fact live not just in the front, but in the back and very center of your being where these therapy balls are. So as you take one more long breath in through the nose, even open your mouth to let all of that breath out. And now to make that exit journey, start to move your hips towards your heels. Begin to roll your body to the back of the room so you feel the therapy balls come up your back. Eventually, they might pop out from the tops of your shoulders. You can also roll over onto one side to press them out of the way. But once they exit, take notice of what cannot be seen, but so clearly can be felt. And as you stretch one or both of your arms overhead, roll over onto your favorite side, bless you, and just an option to show for setting up for Shavasana this evening. So as you roll over onto a side, if there's any version of Shavasana you'd like to set up for, please feel free to do so. But you might prop up to a seat just to see an option. Where we've done a lot of back bends and heart openers this evening, you might have your knees slightly supported, bringing your blocks at their lowest height, somewhere to the back of your mat. Your blankets usually come off the stack like this. You might roll them to create a little log so that they rest onto the blocks. And when you come to lay down, you can have the crook of your knees rest onto those blanket and blocks as you come to lay down onto the floor. This little softening of the knees will allow for your low back to settle more fully to the ground. But know that at any time you can shift or adjust or find as comfortable a way to be as humanly possible. And as you take your time to set yourself up for your rest, you might let your hair down, you might set your glasses safely off to the side. Give yourself a moment or two to find anything it is that you need to become as steady as you can against the earth. This evening, I'll talk you through a few rounds of pranayama, of some breath work, to not only help prepare the body for rest, but to draw your attention a little more inward than before. I really invite you to follow your pace more than the sound of my voice. But for this interrupted or suspended breath called Viloma Pranayama, you'll start by taking a breath in through the nose to fill your belly and up into your chest. And exhale through your nose or parted lips to offer all of that breath out. Now imagine your next inhale in 3 distinct parts. First inhale, just breathe into your belly, gently hold. Next, breathe into your lungs, hold here. Third, breathe into your heart, pause at the top. And exhale through the nose to empty your chest, your lungs, and all the breath through your belly. That's one round. We'll take a few more with your pace, more than my voice. Inhale to fill your belly, retain. Fill your lungs and the sides of your waist, hold. Fill the back and front of your heart, pause at the top. And a slow exhale through your nose to empty your chest, your lungs, and your belly. Inhale, the belly fills, retain. Fill your lungs, hold. Fill the back and front of your chest, pause at the top. And a slow exhale through the nose to empty your chest, your lungs, and your belly. 2 more rounds. Slow breath. The belly fills, retain. Fill your lungs, hold. Fill the back and front of your chest, pause. And exhale through your nose to empty your chest, your lungs, and your belly. Last round, a slow breath. The belly fills, retain. Fill your lungs, hold. Fill the back and front of your chest, pause. And exhale through your nose to empty your chest, your lungs, and your belly. Now, without any holds or pauses, take a slow breath in to fill your belly, fill your heart, fill your throat up into the crown of your head. And as you exhale through your nose or parted lips, can you let every ounce of your breath pour itself through you? Feel that slow, rhythmic cadence of your breath itself. And it's here, each breath slowly dissolves the entire practice that was. Each breath helps you arrive to where you are now. And every breath that comes after creates a little more room for what has yet to come. As you feel that softness of your breath find its way through you, your attention might travel down to the very center of your chest, where this green ball of energy exists in the front, the back, and the sides of your heart. With every beat of your heart itself, it begins to expand and widen, moving from the heart, out through the arms, through your fingertips, back up through the arms to coat the entire chest itself. This radiant green ball of energy in the center of your heart continues to move and fluctuate with the fluency of your breath. So with each breath that you take, some part of yourself gets heavier into your support. And the heavier you let yourself become, the more expansive and the more spacious you might just start to feel. begin to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a sweeter breath out. Take another breath in and down so it fills you up. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. Let your breath begin to slowly awaken the body that you're in with any gentle movement that feels supportive to you. You might roll your wrists or your ankles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you tip your head from one side to the other, heavy against its support. Or being mindful of any props or neighbors around you, you might reach your arms away from your legs or draw your knees in towards your chest. But when the time comes, you can bend both knees, feel your feet on the ground or on your props, as you reach your arms overhead and begin to roll over to any side of your choice. A breath or two here, coiled against yourself. And with the least amount of effort required, press into the floor and come up to rise to a tall seat facing the front of the room. With your eyes softly opened or softly closed, can you once again return to your own breath? A breath that moves in and down so it fills you up, and a longer breath up and out through every direction of you. Anahata chakra, the chakra of the heart, the color of green, the element of air. Asking yourself the question, what is it that I can care for even more sweetly? So as we finish our practice and our time together with one more breath, you can place your hands to center anywhere that feels for you. As you take a deep breath in to offer all of it out. You might bow your head to your heart or lift your hands towards your head in such a simple but profound gesture of self-reverence, bowing to your heart itself and those of others who practiced right alongside with you. And I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you so much for choosing to be here and being together. Thank you. Drink water, take good care of yourselves and each other. The pollen is out and abundant, so if you want to give your mats or the mats from the studio a little swipe with, there's a fresh bucket of wipes here. And then just a few yoga-related announcements. May is coming up. I didn't realize how quick that was. And I say this every Tuesday, but you know when you sign up for things in February and you're like, no, it's so far away, and all of a sudden it's next week? Well, that's happening to me. And next, the Monday nights in May, I'm teaching a series that I've taught the past couple of years called Pose Breakdown to Breakthroughs. There's no prerequisites. You can pop in and out at your leisure, but it's a 90-minute class on Monday nights downstairs where we just get a little workshop time to practice a few poses that we don't sometimes have time for in a 75 or 60-minute class. So it starts off with back bends and inversions, then we do hip openers and arm balances, then it's binds, twists, and standing poses. Then the last fourth class is everything that we've missed in all the other series, and years past there's been a field trip to John's Water Ice, or now Cuzzies afterwards. So that's on Mondays. You can come for one, none, or all of them. And then Saturday mornings, if you're a morning person, which I am only for this, I'll be teaching the free classes at the Art Museum Sculpture Garden. They're from 9 to 10. It's BYO mat. It's very beginner friendly. And coming to the class, you get a free, I think it's a free or a discount ticket to the Art Museum. So you can make a whole Fairmount day out of it. And I think that's all from me. But anyone else have any announcements? Things in your worlds? things to do, to see, to go to that never have to be related to yoga? This is maybe a niche category, but does anyone follow the dense bean salad girl on the internet? Does anyone know who I'm talking about? Is anyone in that corner of the world? I just saw that she's coming to do a pop-up at Rittenhouse on Saturday. Like my algorithm, of course, knew, and it was like, I'm Violet, I'm coming to Philadelphia on Saturday, and I'll be in Rittenhouse. So I can't make it, but if you go, I would love to hear about it, just to see what's up. She's selling, I think there's pre-orders. I have honestly no idea. Well, her video was just her packing her utensil thing. And thank you, bye. And she didn't give any information, so I put the task on others to see what she's doing, but she did say she's coming on Saturday. Yeah, right? See what's up. And if you go, let me know. Bye, y'all. Thank you.